Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. We can hear you, sir. Hope you slept well, sir.
Yes, I did. How about you? Thank you very much, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Sir, I can hear you from here.
All
Good
right,
morning,
thank you
Tommy.
very much. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Right, sir.
All right, thank you very much for the confirmation. I believe the audio is solid. You can all hear me. Thank you very much for those of us who have confirmed that you can hear me. Thank you. Okay. So good morning once again, everyone. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen, as well. And even if you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. It's great to have you join us for today's edition of the Morning Market Review, MMR for short. Thank you for joining. It's great to have you. All right. As a quick reminder, every day on this forum, these sessions, every day from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through to Friday, we get to look at what's going on in the markets as it concerns fundamentals and technical setups that we have. Okay, so we also do this with the hope that we'll be able to uh, from this analysis, pick a few entries and even assets that we can add to our watch list for today and also for the rest of the week as well. All right, depending on what we see or get on the chart. Right. So without further ado, we should get straight to it. And usually we start with the majors, that is pairs with USD as one of the currencies. And then from there, we start examining other pairs as well. Of course, I'm going to start with the ones that I have for us. And then at some point, we'll be able to drop ours as well. Okay. Um, for to check the important key levels potential trade setups, like I said, for today and for the rest of the week. All right. Um, it's a, we also do this with the hope that when you have listened long enough, you are also able to come up with your own strategy as well. Okay, that will eventually give you an edge over the markets. All right. Um, so to get started for today, I remember telling us last week to make sure that we fund our accounts or even top up if we have to because of the opportunities that now we're expecting to begin to materialize in the markets. All right. I took some really good entries from the last session here. That was last week, Tuesday, from that time. All right. And I hope we all did the same as well because they cleared out quite brilliantly, especially the ones that were able to touch on for that day. That was last week, Wednesday. All right. All right. So I'm going to head to the chat now so that we can see what's going on. We don't have much for today in terms of fundamentals. All right. So just a second while I head straight to the trading platform. Good morning to you, sir. Sikalu, welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir. Yemi Adeleke, welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. Uh, we're starting with the dollar index. All right, this one. Okay. So this is the USD index. Now, usually, as you must have noticed, like to start from here so that we can understand the direction of the dollar index, and then we can relate this to the rest of the major peers as I highlighted earlier. Okay. So from the last session again, I mentioned how the DXY was now on the verge of a significant bullish reclaim. You remember that from the last session here, that was last week, Tuesday. And that played out really brilliantly, like I said, and finally got a significant break above the 97.7 level at that time, okay? And also following the CPI data that was released the same Tuesday, okay, which also pushed this higher. And then on, I think it was on Wednesday, the following day, there were reports that President Trump would fire the Federal Reserve chairman, Jerome Powell, and as a result, the market became increasingly volatile. Then we saw a lot of spikes. And then, even though he later retracted the statement, uh, we saw some back and forth price action in the market, especially that Wednesday. Okay. Now, remember for the DXY, we started on the monthly time frame. Again, let me also be quick to mention that for the weekly or monthly time frame, for us as day traders, we really don't pay much attention to the weekly or monthly time frame. And again, the simple reason is because they are really far out that they really don't have much relevance to us as day traders. All right. However, we can of course use them to get some perspective. All right, and use them to get some perspective. Right. So I remember highlighting this monthly time frame to us, and the reason is because if you look at this trend line here, it supported price since this was back in 2008, right? Supported price back in 2011 as well, even though we saw some break below that level back in 2014 as well, supported price back in 2021 as well, supported price. And then fast forward to this current period, 2025, we see price back at that same trend line. Okay. And I remember when price hits that level, I mentioned the fact that it's possible that could also be the bottom for the USD index, and then from this level we begin to see price push higher. All right. Now switching to the weekly time frame. Uh, First week finished around 97.7 level, and then the second week, of course, took out that level, closed convincingly above it. All right, even pushing all the way to 98.55 right here. All right. Now, this study currently we're seeing some correction, which is not unexpected. All right. No trend lasts forever. Okay. And of course, with typically with the way the market moves, it's not going to move in a straight line. We're going to continue to see trend and pull back. All right. Now, again, I remember also mentioning the fact that the 97.7 level is quite significant because of what happened back in should be 2022. Uh, right. Now we got this triple bottom right here back in 2022. They've got this triple bottom, and that gave rise to this aggressive rally, pushing all the way to around 115 price level. Okay, quite significant right there. And then price did not return to that same level until um, 2025 April, all right? April of 2025, price came back to the 97.7 level. Also supported price to some extent, and that's why we had eyes on that same 97.7 level. All right. So as it stands right now, like I said, we've seen 2 week period of bullish move. All right. The first week right there, second week we got a follow through, stopped at 98.5 resistance, and now price is back at 97.7. It's testing that level. Okay, so it's going to come down to us seeing some positive moves from this level. Okay, from this level now, I'll be looking out for some bullish pressures, for some buying pressures around this level to get back to being bullish on the USD index and then getting bearish on pairs like the Euro USD, Pound USD as well. Okay, and even NZD USD. Right. So currently, what this means is that now that price is back here, let's see what it looks like on the daily time frame. Right. So on this daily time frame, price is back at the same 97.7 level. And then from that level, we're now beginning to see some bullish moves from that level. So this is the daily time frame right here. H4. Okay. Even on 4 hours time frame, we're seeing some bullish moves as well. Okay, seeing some bullish moves as well. I need to switch in time just a second. All right, it's back. So for the USD index, above 97.5 and especially 97.7, I expect price to continue to push higher from this level. Okay, so we've seen this movement, we've seen this move from this low all the way to 98.5 resistance or thereabout. You see this pullback all the way to that same 97.7 area, and then we're beginning to see signs of price pushing higher from this level. Okay, so as long as we have price pushing higher from this level, then we can expect Euro USD, Pound USD to get bearish from current levels as long as this continues to push higher from here. Okay, what would of course invalidate this would be if we now get it close back below this level, then all of this may turn bearish for the USD index if we get a close back below 97.7 level and especially 97.5. Then we will see further push to the downside for USD index, in which case Euro USD and Pound USD would be bullish. All right. So to take advantage of this bullish move that we currently have, I'll be waiting to see price take out this 97.7 level. I need to see price take out this level in order for the bullish move to continue. In order for the bullish bias to continue, I need price to take out the 97.7 level. All right. And then I highlighted why that level is significant. We saw it back in 2022 and back in April of 2025, how the same level impacted price. 2022, we saw triple bottom at 97.7 and a very aggressive rally from that. Price returned to 97.7 level April of 2025, and then we saw some correction as well. Okay, so this level, for obvious reasons, will now be very significant for the USD index. Okay, so what I need to see here is price taking out the 97.7 resistance, and then I can go bearish on Euro USD and Pounds USD. All right. Now, one more thing here that I would also like to show us is this fake out right here. Okay, is this fake out right here? Fake out is a topic that I've also mentioned a number of times to us. It occurs basically when price breaks the key level and only to reclaim it really quickly. Okay, only to reclaim it very fast. So, for instance, if we look at what we currently have on the US index, this level at 7 below 6, and see for price to cross lower highs and lower lows. But currently, price is now back above 97.7 or in that area. Okay, and fake outs like this usually will trigger an yeah, so fake outs like this usually triggers an extensive move in the opposite direction. All right. So if this is anything to go by, what that means is that we should continue to get to see the USD index push higher from the current level. All right. For about 3 reasons that I've mentioned now. Number one, how significant 97.7 level is. All right. And then number two is closed 2 weeks. We've seen 2 weeks of green candles, right? Week one, green. Week two, they follow through on that as well. Okay. So, number three, this potential for a fake out right here as well. Okay, so all this for me points to getting a bullish USD index. All right, but of course, we also need to ensure this plays out, all right, before we start taking advantage of the market. We need to ensure that this plays out as expected. We really don't get too comfortable with a specific trade plan, all right? All scenarios should be considered equally, all right? All scenarios should be considered equally. So based on that, we'll continue to see how this plays out from the current level, okay? One for me would be a close above 97.7, in which case I'll be looking for opportunities to sell on pairs like Euro USD and Pound USD. All right, so that's it for the USD index. That's it for the USD index. Okay, so let's move on to some other pairs as well. Starting with Euro USD. Okay, I'm checking the chat box to see if we have any comments so far on this particular asset. Okay, so if there is not right now, we'll head to starting with Euro USD, starting with Euro USD. Okay. All right. So for Euro USD or Euro USD, the same way we're expecting USD index to break above 97.7 level in order to get bullish. The Euro USD too has also hit a resistance right here at 1.17. Okay, hit resistance right here at 1.17. All right. So what that means is that from this level now, again for Euro USD, we'll be looking for some bearish pressures around this resistance. All right. We need to see some bearish patterns around that resistance so that we can have confidence to get in for a sell. Okay. So far, it's more of a consolidation below that resistance. So we have it here. That's the main resistance right there. And then we see this consolidation phase. All right. For the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 12 hours so far, it stayed on this straight line, okay, between 1.169 and 1.1684 or thereabout. All right. So for Euro USD, what this means is that one, if we get it close below this support side, then we can have confidence that this will continue to push lower. And we also need to bear in mind that the USD index also needs to break above that resistance at 7.7 for this to also play out as expected. Okay, so for Euro USD here, on this time frame, I'll be watching these two levels, okay? While I also keep a close eye on what's happening with the USD index, I'll be looking at 1.16948 resistance and 1.16844 support right here for Euro USD. I'll be looking out for potential breaks above either the resistance side or the support side to get in for trade opportunities right here. Kalu Ucheya, I hope I got that right. Checking your comments. Bullish movement of dollar index, development that will just be. Yeah, absolutely. That's correct. Kalu, I just read your comments now. That is correct. Okay, because of the bullish bias that we have for USD index, what it means is that because it has an inverse relationship with euro dollar and gold as well, so it means we expect them to go down. So if it plays out as expected with the dollar index, then we can short Euro USD and short gold as well because of the inverse relationship that they have. All right. So one for Euro USD, like I said, I need to see price take out the support side at 1.16844 thereabout. Right. If I see that, then I'll have more confidence to short this pair, okay? Or you see price return to 1.17 resistance and then expect some bearish pressures around there and then also take sales as well. And again, what would invalidate this expectation for the Euro USD as well would be if we now see price take out the 1.17 resistance, all right? See price take out that resistance, then we can expect more push to the upside. But it is right now, this is more like a waiting game because of this consolidation, this ranging that we see between 1.169 and 1.168. Okay, for this to be more defined, we need price to break out either way. But I'm interested in price breaking to the downside and then the USD index breaking above 97.7 resistance. Right, so that's for Euro USD. Okay, if you look at Pound USD as well, quite similar. If you look at Pound USD as well, similar. For Pound USD, we're looking at resistance at 1.35250. Okay, so from that level now, again, we're expecting to see some bearish pressure from that level as well. So as it is right now, resistance here, right? That's the resistance 1.35250. Okay, 1.35250. All right, and then now that is below, still trading below that level. Number one, expect to get some bearish pressures. Okay, if you see this, this is the 1 hour time frame now. Let's do to 30 minutes. Okay, so the 30 minutes right now is around the 50 period moving average. And the 30 minutes time frame is around the 50 period moving average. Again, I'll say for Pound USD, we'll also be looking to sell at resistance or sell if price breaks below a support. Okay, so as it is now, using this trend line on 30 minutes time frame, okay, using this trend line on 30 minutes time frame, if price returns to that trend line, then I'll be looking at that level to take my sales. Okay, if price returns to this trend line, I'll be looking at that level to take my sales. Or if you get a break below this support, this is the 30 minutes time frame. If you get it close below this support here, then that would also be my trigger to short Pound USD. All right. So it will be either a retracement to this trend line on 30 minutes time frame or a break below this support at around 1.34657 for Pounds USD. All right, for Pounds USD. Again, this is also based on the fact that USD index breaks above 97.7. If we see that, then we can expect Pounds USD to break below the support and continue to push lower below that support. Okay. Pound USD. All right, next up, I would also like to touch on Euro AUD. I would also like to touch on Euro AUD for this reason. Number one, if you look at this level here at 1.79350, if you look at this level here at 1.79350, okay, so back here in April of 2025, price, of course, broke above that level and then almost immediately broke down back below that level, okay? And then we saw this aggressive sell-off, all right? Delivered about 600 pips right there, okay? Delivered about 600 pips. Fast forward to here, I'm going to highlight it. Again, you see how price broke above 1.79350 back here, all right, and then only to close back below it, right? And then if you check what we have on the weekly time frame here, we already have a bearish engulfing candle, all right, at the same 1.79350 resistance, all right. So to a large extent, I believe this is a retest of that resistance, and then at around 1.79350, I'll be looking out for some bearish reversal pattern, okay, around 1.79350. So what this means is that I'll be waiting here to see a close back below 1.79350 for this to become a potential short trade. All right, for this to become a potential short trade. Right. So currently, this is the 30 minutes time frame, and then we see that price is back above 1.79350 resistance. Okay. So we have resistance here because of that high. We have resistance here, all right? You see this bearish candle, all right? So we expect to see a follow through candle as well, all right? And then if that candle, this next candle now, breaks back below 1.793 support, all right, then that would be interesting to short, all right? That would be interesting to short. Okay, so as long as prices stays above 1.79350, then this may be expect us further push to the upside. Okay, as long as price stays above that support, all right, we expect further push to the upside. In which case resistance would be at 1.79567. All right. So for me, for this to become interesting, I need to see price break below 1.79350 support. All right. I need to see price break below that support. Okay. That's for Euro AUD or Euro AUD. All right. USD CHF. Now for USD CHF, USD here is the base currency. USD here is the base currency. And then currently, we expect USD index to break above 97.7 resistance so that it can become more interesting to trade. All right. So to a large extent, that would influence what we have right here. All right. Currently, this hit resistance at 0.8040. Okay. And then we're beginning to see push lower. Okay. and then support is somewhere here, 0.79579. Okay. Right. So eventually this may fall all the way to this support. Okay, this may push down all the way to this support at 0.79579. All right. And then if that happens, at that support, we'll be looking for some bullish confirmations at this support. All right. We'll be looking for bullish confirmations at that support to get bullish on USD CHF. But what that means is that because we have that expectation, that means this will continue to push lower. Also means that it could also be a short sell. Okay, it could also be a short sell from the current level to this support at 0.79579. All right, and then if we get some bullish confirmations around that support, then it be the trigger to long USD CHF. All right, it be the trigger to long USD CHF. Now, this is the 4 hours time frame. Let's see what it looks like on 30 minutes. Okay, still pretty much bearish even on 30 minutes time frame. All right, it created this lower low, created this lower high, and then we're beginning to see potentially a new low. Okay, potentially a new low for USD CHF. All right, so far since it hit 0.8040 resistance, it's been quite, the push lower has been quite consistent. All right, series of lower highs and lower lows. Okay, the last lower low created this lower high, then it's pushing down for a new low, like I said. Okay. So for me, USD CHF, this is the area I'll be watching in order to long USD CHF. This is the area I'm going to have my eyes on in order to long USD CHF. All right. Any sales here, you have to be mindful of this support. All right, you have to be mindful of this support at 0.79579. Okay, 4 hours. You need to check it out. That's wisdom, right? Okay, I'm sure this is what you're referring to. I really think this is what you're referring to. Okay, so a break below the neckline and then it continues to push lower. All right. Yeah. So even for USD CHF, from this current level, especially if you look at what we have on the 30 minutes, if you look at what we have on the 30 minutes, the structure is quite a little bit more defined on this 30 minutes. Okay. So we see that push lower, we got some correction, further push to the downside, lower low, lower high here as well, and then created a new low. Okay. And then we have lower high. Okay. So from this level, we expect price to give us a name low. Okay. If you look at what we also have here, it's created like a confluence of support right here. All right. So this level here as well, and then the current level here as well. All right. So even from this current level on the 30 minutes time frame, from this current level on the 30 minutes time frame, okay, it will be interesting to see price take out these lows here. Okay, it will be interesting to see price take out these lows so that we can expect a push all the way down to that 0.79 579 there. Okay, for USD CHF. Yeah, wisdom. What I did, I highlighted the head and shoulder pattern on the 4 hours time frame. But I see that you mentioned 50 period moving average as well. Okay, even if we go with that, price is also below the 50 period moving average, which also signifies a weakness, all right? Which also signifies weakness, which is also in line with the expectation that we have, all right? But because of this support right here, right, on this 30-minute time frame, it will be interesting to see price take out this support, all right? It'll be interesting to see price take out this support level for a push lower all the way to 0.79579 support, all right? And then it will be at this level that I'll be looking for opportunities to long USD CHF, okay? Right now, it's in the midst of a downtrend, even on this 30 minutes time frame. We see a series of lower highs and lower lows on this 30 minutes time frame, okay? Right, so this is the last lower high. Then it's pushing lower to create a new low, okay? It's pushing lower to create a new low, USD CHF. It's 50, it's moving average 50. You see, it's moving average 50. The number is right there. Okay. Right. So this is the level I'm watching for USD CHF. Okay. If price takes out this support, then I can expect it to push all the way to 0.79579, which is the next support level. USD CHF. USD JPY right here. But before that, I would like to touch on pounds AUD. I would like to touch on pounds AUD. We've had eyes on pounds AUD as well because of this consolidation, okay? Between 2.1 and 2.04. This is a series of push to resistance at 2.1 and push back to support at 2.04 within this consolidation, right? And the more an asset consolidates like this, the more aggressive, the longer it consolidates, the more aggressive the breakout will be, okay? When it eventually happens. It started since April of 2025, right? Started since April of 2025. All right, so recently price tested the support side at 2.04 and then it's beginning to push back up from that level. All right, it's beginning to push higher from that support. Okay, so for pounds AUD, We target buys for pounds AUD. We target buys all the way back to the high of that consolidation. Okay, we continue to target buys for pounds AUD. So let's see what it looks like on 30 minutes. All right. So for pounds AUD on this 30-minute time frame, I need to see price take out this resistance here. All right. Need to see price take out that resistance. So it becomes more interesting if that happens. All right. This is me highlighting why that level is significant. Okay. And even here as well. Right. So I need to see price take out that resistance for this to become more interesting for a buy. All right. It's already close to this key level, 2.0686. Okay. It's already close to that level. So for this to become more interesting, like I said, I need to see price take out that resistance, and then it will be good for a buy all the way to the high of that range, the high of that consolidation around 2.1. Okay, pounds AUD. Okay, DE. Let's check out what's happening here for Victor. Okay, so currently is around the all-time high. Okay, let's see if it connects the head and shoulder here. It's something to look at. Okay. That's daily. That's daily time frame. All right. Okay. All right. So basically here we'll be looking at buys after a pullback. All right. This has been really aggressive to the upside. All right. So what will be interesting here will be to see some correction and then get in for a buy, see some correction and then get in for a buy. Okay. So for this is daily time frame now. If we get a break below this trend line here, we get a break below this trend line, Then we may see further push to the downside. That's for D30 now. This is it on 30 minutes. Right. So if you get a break below this trend line, then we may see more push to the downside. All right. We see more push to the downside. But for me, like I said, it will be interesting to buy after pullbacks. All right. To buy after pullbacks. Below this trend line now, price breaks below this trend line, of course, it will be interesting for a sell. All right. This is 30-minute time frame. We need to see price close below that trend line. All right, close below that trend line. So this will be interesting for the sell. But more importantly, we'll be looking to buy after pullbacks for DE30. Buy after pullbacks. All right. That's it for the German index. Victor Edo Ojo, I hope you got that for DE40. All right. So based on the assets we've been able to analyze so far, if you have questions, you have one you'd like me to go back to recap, you have questions, now is the time to mention them. Okay, I have Shidon, I believe. You can hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Please go on.
Well, if we close by 9 o'clock, this D40, is it going to, where can we take our nearest, take profit, the nearest support, that D40 that is running now?
Okay, so below that support, the closes below that support, then the closest support for me would be towards 23,857. All right. Of course, you may not need to wait all the way to 23,857. As soon as you have a decent amount, of course, you can get out. It doesn't have to necessarily hit 23,857. But for me, the closest support I'll be looking at is 23,857. Right. Yeah.
And you didn't analyze the US one.
I'm sorry.
You didn't analyze US 100 for us.
US 100, okay. Conference. That's what I see here. Conference.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you, sir.
Okay. I just learned something today, which I want to really have a proper understanding so that it will be guiding me.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. When you started with USD index, and you
That's correct, sir.
are saying that this USD index affects every other pairs with
Yes, the major ones. The pairs with USD as one of the currencies. So we're looking at Euro USD, Pound USD, NZD USD, USD cards, a whole lot of them.
Okay. So you made mention of
Yes, sir.
the USD reaching one level like that. I couldn't really get it, that if it gets to that level, every other USD as a quote will begin to sell. Something like
Yes,
that.
that's correct. Yes, above 97.7. So what you can do on your chart is to get your USD index up and then highlight that level on your chart, like 7.7 resistance. So it's currently acting as a resistance for USD index. So once it takes it out, it automatically flips to support, and then you can expect it to continue to push higher. USD index. And if that happens, that means Euro USD, Pound USD, NZD USD, you understand, where USD is quote will be bearish. like you said.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. But I can't.
All right, I see Izuchukwu Chibundu. Chibundu. If you can hear me.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Good morning, sir.
All right, good morning to you,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please go on.
I want to thank you for giving me such opportunity to speak up. Actually,
All right,
I
you're
love the
welcome.
way you analyze it and the concept you are trying to bring this. Is it based on, because the analysis you are bringing is just only, you are not using other strategies, you just basically support when the price breaks below a support, it will target the next resistance. Then if it breaks, if it does not break, it now goes up and it now bounces from a support. It now goes to the closest resistance. So is the concept you're
Yes.
analyzing? Is it based on just that support and resistance, break and close and bounce and I think bounce and open, bounce and close strategy?
Yes, that's right.
Hello, sir.
So basically, yes, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Hello,
you.
are you hearing me? Okay. Yeah, so
Is it the concept?
basically, your line is really breaking. Hello?
Breaking.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Sir, can you hear me?
Zuchuko, I lost you. Kalu, okay, Kalu, please go on. And then I'll come back to Adin Relay. Kalu, if you can hear me, please go on, sir. There is no audio from your end. Kalu, if you can hear me.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you so much for all the analysis you have made this morning. God bless you. Very good.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
It appears you left out gold. You didn't say anything about gold.
Oh, okay, the Almighty God.
Some of us
all right.
like trading gold.
That's your favorite. All right, that's good. All right. So let's get on to it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right, so that would be the last one we take. iPhone. I see iPhone. Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm so thankful for the return. Now, please, I just want to ask.
The audio is not very fantastic. It's difficult to hear you, sir.
I think it's the network. I think it's very local. So, I think it's the network. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Please, you may want to use the comment box to drop what you have to say. All right. So we touch on gold and then we call it a day. Where are you? Okay. So here you see how okay. So you see how firstly you see how here supported price. This was end of 2024, beginning of 2025. You see how this trend line supported price multiple times all the way, still supporting price, even here as well. Here as well, supporting price, and here as well. Okay, so this last retest here gave rise to this bullish move to the upside. All right, and then it found resistance at 34.05 or thereabout. Okay, and then we're beginning to see signs of bearish move from that resistance, which is, of course, not surprising. Okay, so for this daily time frame, this is an important key level. That's what it means. And then this trend line right there is still supporting price, still acting as support for price. So what you can do is to also replicate this trend line on your chart. That's been really consistent all the way back from end of 2024, all right? Has supported price multiple times and still very much valid, all right? You could see how price retested the trend line here and then got really bullish from that level all the way to 34.05, all right? And from 34.05 resistance, we now see this reversal pattern, which is beginning to play out. That's the daily time frame, by the way. All right. So let's see what it looks like on 30 minutes. Okay, so on the 30-minute time frame, price is now back at 50 period moving average. It's giving us this bullish engulfing candle. Okay, which signifies that this may continue to push higher from the 50 period moving average. All right. So that's what I have for gold. Okay, that level is supporting price. It's a block moving average on 30 minutes time frame. It has finished bullish. Okay, and then this will continue to push higher from the current level, especially because of that bullish engulfing that we have on 30 minutes time frame. Right. Let me see if iPhone dropped anything. Okay, Brown Okinola, interestingly, we just did, so I hope you got that. And then we can make more informed decisions on trading gold based on that analysis. All right, this would be a good place to leave it for today. This would be a good place to leave it for today. It's been really great talking to us for the past hour. And I hope we have a few aspects that we're watching for today and even for the rest of the week. All right. As the opportunity continue to play out, we continue to get in for buys and sells on those assets. All right. Thank you very much for joining on today's edition of Morning Market Review. Tomorrow is another day. Do join us same time from 8 a.m. Thank you very much. I wish you also a great trading day.